meditation, mindfulness, and living in a conscious awareness. We all hear about it. We know that it can make a vast, substantial difference to our mental, emotional, and spiritual health. And yet, a lot of us find it very difficult to apply or resist applying it in our lives. And I feel part of the reason for that is because of some of the ways in which meditation and mindfulness is conveyed, particularly on social media. And I think one of the biggest bugbears I have is, the kind of suggestion that meditation is meant to be an immediate relaxant, because for a lot of people it isn't. I mean, oftentimes meditation and mindfulness involves creation and awareness very negative and painful emotions that we have been trying to avoid and can feel really uncomfortable. And that's part and parcel of your actual practice. And I know for a long time I was under the misconception that meditation was something that I could conquer. I had this paradigm that said that I needed to clear my mind completely of thoughts and that I needed to find a state of equanimity within my practice. And consequently, I'd get very pissed off with it very quickly. I'd also make the mistake of trying to meditate for stupid amounts of time for somebody who hadn't built up the muscle required to sit and to tolerate silence and to tolerate whatever it is that's coming up. So, I'd practice, I'd go at it for a week and then I'd get very fed up with it very quickly because I wasn't seeing results, I wasn't feeling any different. And again, it's this whole kind of covert message that we get that there's an instant gratification associated with it. And oftentimes that's not the case, at least it wasn't for me. And I suppose I am one of those people who would be obsessive, I would be at times emotionally dysregulated. I would be very distractible. So I really struggle with a meditation practice and with applying mindfulness. And that just means that I need it more, as opposed to meaning that I should stay clear of it. Because again, I think we have these perfectionist standards. We assume that there's always a final destination in anything we undergo. And that's often not the case. It's the actual practice, it's the journey of doing something that actually counts. And with the meditation, it's about learning to shift your attention. It's about learning to observe the way your mind rambles. It's about making peace with the fact that your mind is rambling, because you're not actually trying to clear your thoughts. It's more observing yourself, almost observing your thoughts and allowing yourself to release your attachment to them. Because we do tend to attach to thoughts, we do tend to attach to feelings and stories as if it's some sort of safety blanket or some sort of protective function. And this is what keeps us in a state of pain. And we have these expectations for our life, we have these expectations for other people, and we have expectations for our practice. And when these things don't materialize, we tend to get very frustrated, we tend to get very irritable. And that's where the actual growth is. It's in that state of agitation, in that state of irritation, that we can make a choice to see things with a little bit more perspective. Because oftentimes when things are going well, it's very easy to feel, very cool-headed and in control. But yet when things are completely up in arms, that's when we need our meditation and our mindfulness and our awareness more than ever. And that's when we struggle to practice it the most. And I suppose it's recognizing as well that there's a lot of sugarcoating on it out there. There's a lot of implications that it's something that should be easy. And I think I tend to steer away from the guided meditations. I do them, I provide them for my clients. But I feel like the most important part of my mindfulness and my meditation practice is the observation, is seeing how distorted my thoughts can be and how rapid they can be, and how much they impact on, I suppose, my family interactions, my relationship interactions, my conflict within myself. And it's basically recognizing the nuances of your own mind, recognizing recognizing your emotional sensitivities and being able to engage with them, being able to coexist with them, being able to regulate them so that they don't consume your life, so that they don't dictate everything that you do on a day-to-day basis. And it's recognizing that this is a lifelong undertaking. I mean, it's not a quick fix, so it's not like you're going to put this in place and all of a sudden your life is going to be better. So getting frustrated that you're not seeing results after a week or so is pointless. And I think this is why it's so important that people are very compassionate with themselves in their practice, but also very lenient with themselves. I think going into a meditative practice or going into mindfulness, assuming that you're going to be able to be mindful all day from the offset, or that you're going to be able to sit on a cushion for 10 minutes straight, is just overly ambitious. And again, it's our kind of success driven, I have to master this mindset that is keeping us from continuing to develop these skills, because they are amazing skills and techniques and strategies to have, but they're oh so subtle, and it's about finding something that works for you. It's about being committed to showing up to a practice even when you're not seeing results. And it's about recognizing as well that they're not a magic wand. You're still going to feel angry, you're still going to feel resentment, you're still going to have the same thought processes. It's just that you're going to have a greater awareness of them. They're going to be more visible to you. So it's not so much about relaxation, it's about observation, so that you don't get as agitated by your own internal experience as you normally would, And I would say to people to start off with 30 seconds, 1 minute at a time, or to just, if you can at all throughout your day, ask yourself, bring yourself back from whatever it is that you're experiencing and check in and ask yourself, what do I need right now? What am I feeling right now? What's going on for me right now? Am I doing things that are in alignment with my core values, my beliefs, who it is that I want to be as a person? Why am I feeling irked right now? What's coming up for me? So applying a curiosity to the self, being very connected to the self, so that you're not as likely to lash out at others. Because ultimately, the whole idea with creating a greater awareness of your internal world is that you can improve the quality of your external world, that you can be a better person for other people, as opposed to, oh, you're little smug, I'm in a lovely place myself, so fuck everyone else, And a lot of the self-care work out there is very much kind of based along that mindset, whereas no, we need to move out of that egocentric place and that self-centered place. And believe you me, I struggle with it. I'm all about the self, but it's just about stepping outside of it and taking your practice of mindfulness and awareness and applying it to everything in your day-to-day life, applying it to your conflicts. Because again, sitting on a cushion for 10 minutes every morning is no good to you whatsoever if you then go out through your day not paying any heed to what's going on inside of you, not paying any heed to the impact that you're having on other people, not giving a shit really what goes on. It's basically that 10 minutes is about building the strength to apply the tool throughout your day. Be more mindful of how you're feeling. Be more mindful of how you impact on other people. And again, starting small, but also finding something that works for you. I mean, some people find running a brilliant meditation or a great time to practice mindfulness. Other people find it, when they pay attention to their somatic experience, when they're really paying attention to what it is that's going on internally, to their senses. What is it that I'm hearing? What is it that I'm feeling? What is it that I can feel against my skin? So there's a very grounding element to it. Other people find it really handy to focus on a chant or some sort of phrase. Some people find it very good to focus on a light. Some people try to clear their mind. Other people find they just like to observe the thoughts and going into it without any goals or without any expectations is really important as well. So keep it simple, find what works for you, start off small, and also try to keep the expectations as low as possible. I hope everyone is keeping well.